43. Check, 43. Hey, we got to get this.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 75 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Julius Peppers, yes, he still has it. Give him the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Reggie White, what a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Julius Peppers picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
Back, 280. 52's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Tight dog. Run it. Check three.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Here I come again.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Now a 1st down throw, Cunningham. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. There to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10.
Mike 52. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd and a yard at the 29-yard
line. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
Hey, 0.
Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I'm here all day.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I don't even know why this team showed
Wilson.
up.
It's It's caught. Lockett. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyler Lockett, 65 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There aren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second and 5. At the 39-yard line.
To throw on second down, Cunningham looking middle, and it's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kevin Green with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
Lady.
7-7, our score after 1.
7-7. Lady. I got it. Double time. 4 down.
Now on second and 16, Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hey, 0.
from the shotgun. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And this is going to be 49er football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Well, that's complete to Sanders.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Front left, front left. Check that. Alert. Right here. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. On 1st down, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert.
To throw again, Wilson. this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would end up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Wilson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing again here, Wilson. It's caught by Sanders. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mike 50. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Watch the flag. Left half. It's been a long day for you. Here we go. 50.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Here we go. Come on, baby. Short.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Get that ball. Mike, check 33. Here we go. Check. 14. Hey, alert.
From the gun, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
I know you feel that.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
We got to step it up.
Cunningham. And Sanders has got it complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Cunningham, able to find Walter. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Mel Blount with a sack on the corner blitz. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now Wilson, operating from the gun. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
That's how we do it, man.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Cunningham. That one complete to Okoye. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
And the 49ers first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start on the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Cunningham looking to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Cunningham under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kevin Green in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Cunningham to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah. You don't want none.
On the ground, it's James. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, check right 33.
On second down, it's Sanders. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 15. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Your trip is here.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. He's back to throw, buying time to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And give him 10 that time, as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run it. Here's Okoye. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Hatchet. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Okay. Check.
On second down now. It's Sanders. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check out. Undercut, please.
They'll go again with Sanders. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Elliott on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Next to score, Niners 20, Panthers 13. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Alert.
Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by an American hero, Pat Tillman.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Mike, 280. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On first down, Sanders. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. 12.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Mike 2. Who that? Check. Shift. 4 down. Watch out. Go 14. Check 13.
On third down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play, and third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Come on, D. 59 mark. Check. Alert. Record. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Off.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DK Metcalf. 75 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, 57.
Mahomes now on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got him in. Complete. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Mark Andrews, 83 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
He's coming. We got double up.
Now it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He finds an opening past the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Hey, green 80. All day, dog. I got tight left. 3 down, 19.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Yellow. He's checking crack.
Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Wide, get wide. Switch. Slam.
Good, 4 down.
Shift, watch the shift. Kill.
Check 50.
Turn up. 49, check 49.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Alert.
Watch tight.
Good up for signal.
3 down.
14, find it.
Joker. Watch the safety creep. Under 10. 10.
Good job right there. Let's go.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
36 power. 12.
52 is the mic. Bring it over there, right? Let's go. Here we go. Mike 52. Watch QB drop. 52 is the mic. Mike,
Good job right there.
Man, I got you. New Mike 52. Mike 52.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Charles Tillman. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And that'll set him back 5.
Interception. Come on, guys. We got this.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7, our score. from the 29. Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. On first down, Mahomes. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Mahomes now on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Tillman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike, that's it. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Hey, 0, 59.
Now Wilson. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, that's caught. It's Jerry Rice. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
I'll go special.
Turn it up. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's pick it up.
Push left.
On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go. And this is caught inside the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true.
And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preach, it's coach, it's thought about.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Mike, check, 59.
Play action. It's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. Throwing now is Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by an American hero, Pat Tillman. He's at the 30, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Shoot! Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Spot that.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends. Certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This will be taken short. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99.
Move the team. Go.
Here's Wilson to throw. And his first pass is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Go 14.
Here's Wilson to throw again. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Check 52's the mic. You're trapped. 52's the mic, boy. 52. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Rush in. Check three. Alert flag.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. Jerry Rice, 43 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Down. 10-2 stop.
Check 59. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school.
Sit.
1st and 10, Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Young now. Going to throw again. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
60 outlaw.
Watch the run.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Well, there we see one reason why Bruce Smith was a first-ballot Hall of Famer. As disruptive a defensive force as there ever was, 200 career sacks, 2 more than my college teammate, Reggie White.
He was the #1 overall pick, Bruce Smith, back in '85, and part of course, those Bills teams that went to 4 consecutive Super Bowls. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They needed 17, and they got 18. A defensive lapse there, and it's a first down. Young on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Right, over.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing again. Young. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you cut down your field in a big way significantly. And the guys who play in the 2nd and the 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyler Lockett, 64 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A try here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
First down and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
On the ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Bandit. Right there. 54, right there.
A first down throw for Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
It's just me and you. Mike's 54.
After the sack on first down, Young, and his throw is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 22. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Okay, break.
59, Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got you. I got you.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
We go. 60 Pittsburgh.
I got Check it.
Christian Travis.
Mike, check. 59.
Deep rip.
3rd down, Young from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Julius Peppers. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, alert 3. 36.
Check 50.
To throw again. Wilson, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rrhythm. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
All go special.
Check. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 50.
All go special. Good touch.
Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus on the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
25.
Mike 55. Mike 50.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He lets it fly from Lockett. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We own them. Check 3.
Topper.
from the gun. Steve Young. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Charles Tillman. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
One flip.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Now he's flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big... Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Four down.
Fresno. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 26. There. Slam.
Four down.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Check right.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Sehorn. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Another try for Barkley. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken short.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Right there. 54 Mike. Got one. Hold up. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Double. 40. Four down.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Big end. Check. Alert. Check. Deuce. Shift. Check 31. Check 31.
Good job right there.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Carolina. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
You ain't doing nothing.
From the shotgun, Wilson. James has got it. Complete. They call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They come out here in the I. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On 2nd and 7, Wilson flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Calvin Johnson, 72 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Kill.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. In there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey.
Slam. Showing it.
Bang out. Bam.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Go. 49 to Mike. 49. Get the ball. Switch. Check 9. Check. Lucky.
12.
Check.
Alert.
Crouch.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Rolling to his right. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
You go take.
Run left.
You got take right there. Mike's 50, Mike.
On first down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Bang out. Bam.
Mike 50.
Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hey, 0.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kevin Green coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
14, 14.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 49's the mic. Watch 49. You must be dreaming.
Look, guys, 4 down, 4 down.
49's the mic. I'm coming after you.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Check 4, check 4. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Check, check.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mark 49. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Jim.
Alert, 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 alert.
Bang, bang.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On third down, Wilson. Man open, Rice. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Sehorn. Well, we said after the turnover on downs, that's almost guaranteed points the other way. But I guess they weren't listening to the broadcast because they did not cash in for any good job to step up defensively.
We get that a lot, don't we? Where we hear a lot of people say they just don't listen to the broadcast. They feel like it works out better for them. It certainly did for this defense, didn't it? They didn't listen. They responded and shut them down.
I'm on.
Gun.
Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. Now Vic stripped. He lost the football. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And he will not make it into the end zone. But a flag down here, and I think they're going to get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, no, and it's intercepted. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.